There are solutions which exist like spam filters, and we also have our own spam filters wherein we're working with a lot of banks, and HDFC is one example where we have a spam filter wherein we actually able to sort of block a lot of spam, which is going to the customers. The second is there is a lot of crowdsourcing based apps like Truecaller, and these apps have been there for a while, and you have to install an app to really get this done. Third is calling home name presentation. This is the CNAP piece that government is working on, wherein we will be able to display the name of the customer. So, for example, if Rohit is calling from UP, I will be able to see that Rohit is calling from UP. But these solutions, while they exist, are not enough to really stop spam calls. These are for, why these are not enough. One is they are purely based on the user feedback. And it takes time to really build user feedback over a period of time. The second is for all these, internet connectivity is needed. So for all the people who do not have an internet pack are not able to use these. We also require an app to be installed in most of the places. Whether it's Truecaller, you need an app to be installed in the phone to really understand that there is a spam call which is really hitting you. Yeah. There is privacy concern, because my database is completely uploaded on Truecaller, and they use that data to really display the name which is there on my phone book. There are also malicious, actors that keep changing their SIM cards. Every day they'll keep their SIM cards, and therefore the name will not get displayed on apps like Truecaller, etc. And there are a lot of telcos world over which have tried different things. We are aware that T-Mobile in US has tried building a spam filter, and they have actually not been able to not cut this menace at all. And why they've not been able to? First is they were focused on restricted use cases. The second piece is they are reliant on user feedback, and in most of the cases we've seen is it's launched at a price for a certain segment, like B2B. And that's why these companies have not been able to create a big stoppage to this menace on the spam calls globally. We at Airtel have been working on this for close to an year, and we've taken this because this is a big customer issue that we've been hearing for a long time. We're also in talks with different government authorities. We took it as a challenge a year back, and we said we will really work for you to really call out this spam call. There are close to 10,000 plus man hours which have been spent in the last 1 year on working on this project. There are close to 1 year of hard work that has happened between the network team, between the product team that we have, between the engineering teams that we have. And a lot of work has happened with close to 50 plus members cross-functionally working for the last 1 year solely on solving this customer issue. Yeah. And today we are ready with this. This is a small clip. the solution that we've enabled. The first is the reach. It's applicable for all Airtel customers who are smartphone users, and to give you Tamil Nadu, we have enabled this for 29 million customers, nearly 30 million customers in Tamil Nadu, which is nearly half the population, which is with us, are enabled to really tag spam today. The scale is close to, this is the national number, and we'll talk about the Tamil Nadu numbers as well. Close to 1.5 billion plus SMSes daily and 2.5 billion calls daily have been tagged as spam. And yesterday we released the national number. In the last 12 days of launching this, we've tagged close to 1 billion numbers as spam. And the speed is, how many of you understand what is a millisecond? If you can just clap. Can I request you to clap once? That is close to 10 milliseconds. So we've been able to get this done in 2 milliseconds. And that is the, because we're doing a lot of operations behind the scene on the network side, there is 2 milliseconds which is increased in the call setup time for us. So it's actually, customer won't be able to see this at all, won't be able to feel this at all. And I'll spend some time on what are we analyzing in these 2 milliseconds. We are analyzing the velocity of calls, which is how frequently are you making calls. If you are making 30 calls in a minute, then we are tagging that particular customer's particular number as spam. Incoming to outgoing SMS. What we see is most of these spam numbers, they only send outgoing messages. They don't receive any incoming messages. Incoming to outgoing call ratio. Again, what we see in spam calls is most of these spam, they make only outgoing calls. Incoming is largely blocked. They don't receive any incoming calls. The age on network. There is a life to the SIM card when a spammer is actually using it. Within a month, within 10 days, within 5 days, what we see is most of the calls are done, then they stop and use another number. So that is also getting analyzed. The frequent device changes, they keep changing the device so that they don't get detected by the network. Then the robocalling devices, what we call as SIM box, this is a big minutes, and there are SIM boxes which are there. We've been able to identify those robocalling devices as well on our network. No outgoing messages, no data usage. Again, these are the spammers, they don't use it for fun, they don't use it for outgoing messages largely. When they are making a lot of calls, they don't use data at all on this network because and that's what we really detect. And all these are actually analyzed in 2 milliseconds. There are close to 250 parameters that we are analyzing at the network side. So how does the solution work? One is we are working on a real-time data. There are close to 1 trillion data points analyzed daily by this solution. Second is, this is an AI model, and it's a self-learning model that we have. So in the 12 days itself, there's a lot of learning that has happened because a lot of changes that scammers will also do, and we will keep sort of learning and making it even better with time. So what will the customer see? And we saw it in the video as well. One is the real-time alerts. So whenever a call happens, you will see this suspected spam. We are just tagging this as suspected spam right now. And why are we calling it suspected spam? Because the accuracy is around 97%, and there are 3% which is false positive. So there are actors like Swiggy, and which is not really given us the database, and therefore we are not able, we're still saying that they're suspected spam. And we are in touch with the rest of the industry, and in case we're able to share a lot of these B2B customer data, then we'll move to 100%. But having said that, we are actually becoming better every day. The second is on the SMS. You see, whenever we see SMS with a malicious link, we actually add something called as suspected spam in ahead of the SMS, so that the customer is aware that this is actually a suspected spam and they should not click this link. For the last 12 days, we spoke about 1 million calls which were flagged nationally. Of this, 112 million calls have been flagged in Tamil Nadu. This is the kind of scale on the spammers which is happening in Tamil Nadu. In addition, there are close to 3 million, daily suspected spam SMS which has been identified as well. And there are a lot of questions that, can we really block this? Should we really block this? We've decided that we will not block this. We will just democratize this because there's 3% false positive. At some point in time, when we are ready, when we are close to 100% ready, we may get into the second stage of blocking as well. Does the capacity exist? Can we really block it? The answer is yes. We've decided to give it in the hands of the customer, educate them, and let them take their own call. So in the last 12 days, what we've seen is there is close to 99.5% reduction in spam SMSes on our network in Tamil Nadu, and 97% reduction in the spam calls. And we expect this to continue and make it even better over the next few days. With this, what we're trying to do is it's a small start, but we've taken a pledge that we will really save our customers, protect our customers from spammers on Airtel network. And that's what we're really working towards with this team. The small video that we just released.
Hello. நீங்க லக்கி டிரால செலக்ட் ஆயிருக்கீங்க. பேங்க் டீடைல்ஸ் கொடுங்க.
Towards protecting our customers' interests, and we would request you to stay vigilant, and we will do everything to protect our customers' interests on Airtel. So welcome to India's first anti-spam network. We are on to it and we will solve it 100% very soon. Thank you so much. We should show the same thing on the network. And we'll also show you the way SMS is being read.
நீங்க எல்லாரும் பாத்துருப்பீங்க லாஸ்ட் 2 days இல்ல லாஸ்ட் 1 week இந்த மாதிரி
கால்ஸ் வரும் சஸ்பெக்டட் ஸ்பாம் வந்துரும் அதுதான் அங்க பார்த்தோம் அதே சேம் நம்பர் இன்னொரு நெட்வொர்க்ல ரைட் மத்த நெட்வொர்க்ல வரும்போது எப்படி இருக்கும்
If you see on the other network, this is not tagged as suspected spam. Yeah. We'll also show you the way the SMS is being delivered in both the networks. And as we told you, the power is in the hand of customers now. Once they see suspected spam, they can always block it on their phone. The message has just been received, and you see this is suspected spam which has come in front of the message. And now we will send the same message from a number to the other network.
உங்களுக்கு டெமோக்காக ஸோ ஸ்பாம் நம்பர்ல இருந்து ஏர்டெல் நம்பருக்கு இப்போ நான் கால் பண்ணுறேன்.